الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإذ جعلنا البيت مثابة للناس وأمنا واتخذوا من مقام إبراهيم مصلى وعهدنا إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل أن طهرا بيتي للطائفين والعاكفين والركع السجود. صدق الله العظيم. Ayat number 125 of Surat al-Baqarah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues the qissa and story of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, particularly the building of the Kaaba, construction of the Kaaba, Baytullah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us regarding the Kaaba, the Baytullah, وَإِذْ جَعَلْنَا الْبَيْتَ مَثَابَةً لِلنَّاسِ وَأَمْنًا. And we made the house, meaning the Kaaba, the Baytullah, a focal point for mankind, a middle place in the world, but also particularly for the mu'mineen and for the believers. It is a very, very important point because this is where we face for our salah from all around the world. This is where people face. Amnan, it is a place of security, a place of security, aman, peace and security. وَاتَّخِذُوا مِن مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلَّى. And take the Maqam Ibrahim as a place of salah. This will be a very, very important point for the believers, those who do Umrah and also then Hajj, where after the Tawaf, or anytime we do Tawaf, whenever the 7th Tawaf is done, the salah is prayed, the 2 rakat Tahiyatul Tawaf, it is prayed there in Maqam Ibrahim, or at least in that particular position, in that particular place, facing the Kaaba, the Baytullah, from that direction. وَعَهِدْنَا إِلَىٰ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ. And we assigned for Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam, we commissioned them and we sent them, we gave them this task. أَن طَهِّرَا بَيْتِي, that you purify my house, you purify the Kaaba, the Baytullah. And how do you purify it? لِلطَّائِفِينَ, by doing tawaf. وَالْعَاكِفِينَ, by doing i'tikaf, spending time there. وَالرُّكَّعِ السُّجُودِ, and making ruku and making sajda. The various aspects of ibadah in relation to tahara and purity, purifying the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This particular commission, it passed on in the family of Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam amongst the Arab, where they became caretakers of the Kaaba, the Baytullah. They became khadimeen of the Kaaba, Baytullah. And for a very, very long time, because Anbiya alayhimus salam were not sent, many prophets were not sent. After Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam, for a very prolonged period of time, there were no prophets that were sent. So during this time, people added their own aspects and avenues of ibadah. They started adding and making additions to ibadah from their own side. They changed the way that the tawaf was done. They ended up getting into idolatry, worshipping idols, putting those idols in the Kaaba, and many other strange forms of ibadah they came up with. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and brought back the millat of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam as to the proper performance of tawaf, having the ihram, and also the aspects of i'tikaf and doing ibadah, praying the salah. So many of the systems were there from the time of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam and Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam, but people had corrupted the ibadah, people had added their own ways and changed the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In ayat number 126, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that when Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was given this mission, this task of building the Kaaba Baytullah. So Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he also made a dua. We have been told in the story of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, we have already gone over that portion, where Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was ordered and commanded to leave his family, his wife and his infant child. His wife Hajara radiyallahu anha and his infant child Ismail alayhi salam. That time, long before the building of the Kaaba, he was ordered to leave them in the barren desert. And we have already gone over the details of that portion of the story. And that time when Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he left and he went to the mountains surrounding Mecca. There Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he made a dua. Here in Surah Al-Baqarah, a portion of that dua is mentioned. In much more detail, you find that dua mentioned in Surah Ibrahim. And here, the portion that is mentioned here, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he made a dua that time long before the building of the Kaaba. His dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned here. وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ, and remember that time when Ibrahim alayhi salam, he made a dua, he said, رَبِّ اجْعَلْ هَذَا بَلَدًا آمِنًا. This is ayat number 126 of Surat Al-Baqarah. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he made a dua, رَبِّ اجْعَلْ هَذَا بَلَدًا آمِنًا. Oh my Rabb, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, make this city, make this a protected city, a city of security. Make it a very secure city. وَارْزُقْ أَهْلَهُ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ, and sustain the people of this city with fruits. But give these fruits, مَنْ آمَنَ مِنْهُمْ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. Give these fruits to those who believe in Allah, who believe in you, or who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and in the day of judgment. Let them benefit from these fruits. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responded to the dua of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responded, وَمَنْ كَفَرْ, and my sustenance will also be given to those who disbelieve. And even those who disbelieve, they will also enjoy security when they are in this city. Because the sustenance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives His creation sustenance. He does not deprive His creation of sustenance. So that sustenance was given to everyone. So Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he made this dua again when he was given this position to build the Kaaba and this task of building the Kaaba, the Baytullah. The Mufassirin have mentioned that Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he repeated that dua again. But there is a particular reason why Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he added man amana minhum billahi wal yawmil akhir. They give that sustenance only to those who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and in the Day of Judgment. The reason Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he added this portion is because 2 ayat back, 2 verses back, in ayat number 124, when Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was given the bashara, he was given the glad tidings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was going to make him an imam of mankind. At that time, or in that ayah, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he made a request, a dua, وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِي, that this great honor of imamat, of being leaders of mankind, at least in the spiritual sense, in the religious sense, and please extend that to my children and my offspring also. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted that dua of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, but told him, لا ينال عهد الظالمين, that this covenant and this honor will not extend to the zalimeen, to those who do dhulm and oppression. The greatest dhulm, the greatest oppression is associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shirk. This shirk, associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have also been told in the Quran, inna shirka la dhulmun azim, that this shirk, it is the ultimate form of oppression. Because you are taking the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ascribing it or giving it to someone or something that doesn't deserve it. So that is why here in ayat number 126 of Surat al-Baqarah, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he being careful, he did not want to repeat that mistake that maybe I will make a dua or I will include in my dua those who are zalimeen, those who are oppressors, particularly those that involve in shirk and in associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is why Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, in ayat number 126, he added this statement that make this land a very peaceful land, a land of security, and give sustenance to those who live in this land, those who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and in the hereafter. This is why he added this portion to his dua. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it clear that when it comes to sustenance and it comes to security, so that would extend to everyone, even those who disbelieve in this world. In this dunya, the sustenance and security will extend even to those who disbelieve. قَالَ وَمَنْ كَفَرَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, وَمَنْ كَفَرَ, to those who do kufr and disbelieve, فَأُمَتِّعُهُ قَلِيلًا, we will give them some time to live in this world temporarily. For a very small, limited amount of time, they will enjoy their time in this world. ثُمَّ أَضْطَرُّهُ إِلَىٰ عَذَابِ النَّارِ, then we're going to confine them and assign them to the fire of Jahannam. وَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرِ, and that is the most terrible place to be returned to. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save all of us. So this was the dua of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam when he was given this great task of building the Kaaba. When the foundations were laid, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَاعِيلُ. Ayat number 127. When Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he put down the foundations, he laid down the foundations of the Kaaba Baytullah. And he built the Kaaba Baytullah with Ismail alayhi salam. So they fulfilled the requirements of that Kaaba, of the Baytullah, whatever they were required to do. Going back to Ayat, going back to verses, Ayat number 125. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, وَعَهِدْنَا إِلَىٰ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ. And we assigned to Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam, we made it, the covenant, we assigned it to them, this task, أَن طَهِّرَ بَيْتِي, to purify my house. So when they built the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is the first thing they did? They fulfilled that command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what was in that command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? أَن طَهِّرَ بَيْتِي, purify my house. So the building of the Kaaba, putting down the foundations, building it, that got complete when they purified it. How did they purify it? لِلطَّائِفِينَ, they did tawaf 7 times, as we have tawaf now. This is from the Sunnah of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. So لِلطَّائِفِينَ, they did tawaf 7 times. وَالْعَاكِفِينَ, they did i'tikaf. I'tikaf means to seclude yourself from the world, get yourself out of the world, and spend time in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The i'tikaf is a sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to do i'tikaf in the last 10 nights of the month of Ramadan, to do i'tikaf in the masjid, in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When someone secludes themselves, frees up their time, gives up the world, takes time off from their work, from their business, from the world, from everything, and they go sit in the masjid, spend their time in the masjid. They do ibadah in the masjid, ibadah in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And realize how I made it very clear that that is a time you disconnect yourself with the world. There's a time to focus and give your time to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This was a sunnah of many anbiya alayhim wassalam, many prophets and messengers. They would seclude themselves, they would get out of their busy time in the world and spend some time in muraqibah, in meditation. They would spend some time just in ibadah, connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is very, very important and very essential for the soul, for the ruh. So also that is a hukum for the Kaaba Baytullah, to do i'tikaf there, to spend some time there. And that is something that we should also learn. One of the purposes of going for Umrah is not to just go do tawaf, do Umrah, and then go. And go sightseeing and turn it into a vacation. There's nothing wrong with that, but we should spend that time wisely. That is a time to sit in the Kaaba, sit in the Haram, sit in the Kaaba, sit in the Haram of the Kaaba, spend some time in tilawat of the Quran. It's a very beautiful time to do tilawah. Try and read as much of the Quran as you can. Spend some time in ibadah, some nawafil. It's time to try and spend most of your time in the Haram. There's sightseeing and going, there's nothing wrong with it, but the better way to spend that time is to spend your time in the Haram. And the best ibadah to do there is tawaf. That is the best ibadah. Whether you're in ihram or you're not in ihram, you're doing umrah or you're not doing umrah, best ibadah you can do is tawaf 7 times. Do as many tawaf as you can. Every time you do 7 tawaf, you must pray 2 rakah. 2 rakah become wajib on you. But that tawaf, that is very, very great ibadah. Spend time in the Haram. That is the main thing that we should do. If we ever go for umrah and we spend time, that we have time. Really nothing much else to do. Sometimes we get busy shopping. You can do shopping anywhere. We get busy sightseeing. This is okay. But the best thing to do, but this is the time you've given to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So spend that time with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as much as you can. The same in Medina, Masjid al-Nabawi, spend some time there. Sit there, do i'tikaf there as much as you can. Spend some time in ibadah, in tilawat of the Quran, in other ibadat you can. Do i'tikaf. I'tikaf is very, very important. I'tikaf means to seclude yourself, to cut yourself off from the world and seclude yourself. Spend time. Spend time in the haram. It is very, very important and very, very beneficial. The Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam and Sayyidina Ismail alayhi salam, they did this. وَالرُّكَّعِ السُّجُودِ, and make ruku' and make sajda. This is how you purify the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is do ibadah there. Make ruku', make sajda. Meaning, pray salah. We don't just do ruku' just like that. We don't just do sajda just like, yes, we do have the sajda tilawah, but that's done when we're reading Quran. But generally, ruku' and sajda combined means pray salah. So they prayed salah. This is very, very important. And the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the masajid throughout the world, they're also told to follow these guidelines. We should try as believers to spend as much time as we can in the masajid, in the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But don't sit in the masajid and then you're on your phone talking to someone or watching something or wasting time with the phones. Nowadays, this technology has come, subhanAllah. People even go for umrah, they spend the whole time on their phone. Yes, if there's Quran on the phone, mashallah, we should always have husn al-dhan. We should always have great, think good of people. Maybe they have Quran on their phone, this is good. If you do have the Quran in your phone and doing tilawat from your phone, mashallah, very good. If you're doing something else with your phone, this is not good. You should avoid it. Only use it for necessity. Spend your time in ibadah. And this has become very, very beneficial for us in this dunya and in the akhirah. We'll be able to bring back barakah and blessings with us. So this time of ibadah, spend that time in ibadah. And this is kind of a guideline that is given to the believers, even in this, wherever we are. If we have our masajid with us, then we were told to do i'tikaf in the masajid, spend time in ibadah, go to the masjid before salah a little bit early, spend some time in tilawat of Quran. Stay after salah, do some dhikr. Recite the Quran, spend some time learning some deen. These are the places that we can do it. So this is what are the ahkam, doing i'tikaf also in the masajid and doing ibadah in the masajid. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in ayat number 127, وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمُ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَاعِيلُ. And when Ibrahim alayhi salam, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, he raised up the foundations of the bayt of the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَإِسْمَاعِيلُ, and with Ismail alayhi salam. What's the first thing they did? After they did all of their ibadah and they fulfilled the rights of that haram, then they made dua. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions their dua. They made dua, رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. They made dua in jama'ah. They said, رَبَّنَا, O our Rabb. This is why dua in jama'ah is very, very important. And dua together, it is accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they made this dua after they built the Kaaba Baytullah and they did all their ibadat. And they made a dua. رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا, O our Rabb, accept this great honor that you have given us, accept this from us. إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. Oh Allah, you are the being that hears everything and you know everything. They didn't go around boasting about it or trying to tell the world about it. They didn't go around trying to show off that this is what we did and we've done this and we've done that. No. They were very humble about it. They did not say, oh Allah, look at this great thing we did. Now give us this and give us that. No. The first thing that they made dua was, oh Allah, you accept this from us. You accept our efforts. So this is also a very, very great lesson for us. That anytime we do something, regardless of how great it might be, the ibadah, however great it might be, first thing we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that, oh Allah, accept this ibadah from us. Because we don't know, maybe while doing that ibadah, we may have made some mistake. And because of that mistake, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may not accept it. So we should always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our ibadat. Inshallah, we'll continue from tomorrow. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us the tawfiq to practice His deen. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغِ. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. وَالصَّلَاةُ وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَى سَيِّدِ الْمُرْسَلِينَ وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم نور قلوبنا بالقرآن وزين أخلاقنا بالقرآن ونجنا من النار بالقرآن وأدخلنا في الجنة بالقرآن. اللهم اجعل القرآن لنا في الدنيا قرينا وفي القبر مونسا وعلى الصراط نورا وفي الجنة رفيقا ومن النار سترا وحجابا. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.